Hi everybody, it's Rachelle. I'm back with another video. This week I thought I would do a recap and an update from my functional medicine doctor video because some people have been asking about that. So a couple months ago I did post a video if you want to go back and watch that one. It was my functional medicine doctor visit. And the reason I went there was because in my hometown I do have a naturopath and I do have a doctor. However, they don't talk. So my naturopath, if they need testing done, like blood tests or whatever, from my doctor doesn't believe in anything natural, doesn't believe in anything alternative. So she refuses to do the test the naturopath needs. And yeah, so it became a struggle. So I decided to go to a functional medicine doctor, which was a great visit. And he suggested my next step would be to do a gut microbiome test and a food intolerances test. So I've put the food intolerances test kind of off to the side because I really was interested in finding the root cause of my dis-ease. Now, the gut microbiome, if you don't know anything about that and you're new, I highly, highly suggest going on YouTube, or I believe you can search it up on Google. The gentleman that does the Urban Monk, and I can't think of his name to say it, I'm going to butcher it. I'm just not going to even say it. So anyways, the Urban Monk, he did a docu-series a couple months ago and it's called Interconnected. You can search it up on YouTube. And here and there, they offer free viewings of it. So you just have to give them your email and they'll send you a link. And then when they're airing the broadcast, then you get the notification and you can go on and watch it. Anyway, so it sparked my interest months ago about this gut microbiome. Like the beginning of the year, I believe I watched those videos, sorry. Anyway, so I went to the functional medicine doctor and I ordered a gut microbiome test and it was very pricey. I'm going to say right now it was expensive. Here in Canada, it cost me $600 to get it done. However, I want to know the root cause. I'm trying to heal my gut. I have leaky gut, celiac, scleroderma, asthma, lots of autoimmune issues, lots of gut issues. Anyway, so the test tests for various things. So viruses, parasites, bacteria. It checks to see if you've got any lingering drugs in your system, like antibiotics, things like that. And it's very comprehensive, or from my perspective, it did what I was looking for. I can put a link below of the company that we used. Anyways, so the test, it took about 2 weeks and it's a stool sample test. So you have to, take your stool, put it into the container and then ship it off. And when it came back, the doctor was shocked, as well as I, because I've been doing so many cleanses to try to detoxify my gut, try to get rid of bacteria, try to get rid of parasites. I've done wormwood, I've done, like you name it, I've tried it. So number one came back with dysbiosis of bacteria in my gut and a plethora of different ones that aren't supposed to be there. So I qualify as a SIBO patient because of the symptoms I was having plus the dysbiosis. Now, one of the bacteria that was found, Provotella, actually causes autoimmune, and it was in high numbers. So that was very eye-opening for me to see that. I also tested high for Candida, which I was shocked in because I thought my Candida was next to nothing, like almost gone. It was not. And I also tested high for lots of different parasites, which was interesting because, again, I've done so many parasite cleanses thinking that they were gone. So the doctor, again, was shocked at the state of my health and that doctors have let me get to this stage. I've done, through my doctor, parasite stool samples, nothing comes back. I've done different testing. I've done different cleanses. Apparently what I have is so rampant that it didn't even touch it. So anyway, game plan was to do Flagyl, which is an antibiotic to kill some of the bacteria and fungus and stuff that's going on in there and clean that up. which I was supposed to take it for 10 days. I only took it for 7. It was extremely harsh. If any of you have ever had Flagyl out there, oh my goodness gracious, it's hard to take. It basically burned my throat all the way down. Every single time I took it, it gave me an upset stomach. It had this like awful, awful taste in my mouth. I only got to 7 days. I couldn't take it any longer. I felt so ill. And I spent most of the time either laying down because I felt nauseous or my stomach hurt, or when I would eat, I couldn't eat my normal raw veggies, fruits diet because it seemed to make the symptoms worse. So I was, eating things like oatmeal and rice and stuff just to kind of coat my stomach a little bit, to have a little bit of a barrier there so that it wasn't like a gut bomb going into my stomach. So I have since stopped taking that. It took me probably about 5 days off of that to get rid of the taste in my mouth and just that general yuckiness of my esophagus and my throat and my stomach. I'm also taking nystatin, so I took it for 2 weeks today. I have to go and get the higher dose. So he wants me on 2 weeks, sorry, of the same dose, and then 1 week of a higher dose, and then 1 week of a higher dose than that. So I'm going to be taking that as well. I'm also taking charcoal before I go to bed, just to make sure that I'm pulling things out, that detoxification symptoms aren't that bad. The Herxheimer reaction hasn't been horrible. There's been some times that I really feel like 1 day or 2, there was really bad days where I literally was in bed all day. Thank goodness I'm off work right now because I couldn't be doing that as well. I'm taking this gut repair powder morning and night on an empty stomach to try to heal my gut. And then I also have capsules that are berberine, neem, and oregano oil. And again, that's like for the parasites and things like that. So I'm also taking castor oil caplets before I go to bed. I was taking the liquid and it was making me gag. But I'm taking that, a frozen capsule. I threw them in my freezer, and it helps to like stay frozen until it gets to that small, large intestine kind of section where the parasites are going to hide. So it stays frozen and then it dissolves there and it kills them, and then I get them out. So it's been an uphill climb. I don't know that I feel much better right now. I feel better being off the Flagyl for sure. My skin issues seem to get a little bit better when I was taking the Flagyl, and now they seem to be back. Now again, I'm not eating the greatest, like I'm eating good food, but I'm not eating what I would normally eat because my stomach's still a little upset. So I kind of have to go meal by meal or day by day and see how I feel with that, for sure. And then my NutriBullet, I think it's on its last leg. So my smoothies, I'm going to have to somehow come up with some money to get a Vitamix because that's what I really want. Anyway, so I thought I would give you a heads up. And the reason I did this video for people that have autoimmune is that you have to look for the root cause. And for me, it was super important to have that gut microbiome test. The other test I want to get done is the food intolerances test to see have my foods changed over time. I had it done a couple years ago, but I'm sure things have changed as things have progressed. So my suggestion to you is highly get a gut microbiome test. Go watch that Interconnected docuseries. It is super important, super informative. It even talks about children and babies coming into the world and how we can help their guts. So any of you that are out there that are mothers, this docuseries will be a wealth of knowledge for you going forward as a mom and trying to make sure that your babies or your children have the best gut health ever. I know that's a mission of mine because my children obviously probably have inherited some things from me. But again, we're dairy free. The girls and I are meat free. My husband and my son eat meat here and there. But we try to stick to mostly plant-based as we can. So yeah, the gut microbiome is where your health is at. And if it's off, your body's going to be off. Your healing is going to be off. Like, look at all the things that I've done and I was not healing fast enough. Like it was just not working. So I highly suggest that you do that and look into alternatives that you can be doing around your fridge or your house, or maybe you make a garden and you grow some food for the summer and provide for your family from that. Get rid of the toxic foods. I always say eat foods that help you, not hurt you. And I'm at the stage where I can look at a certain food and I might say, oh, I would really love to eat that. But I look at it and then I think that's going to hurt me. That I can feel the pain in my joints already if I eat that. So thank you so much for all your kind words. There's been so many people that have reached out to me that have just been amazing lights in this world, and I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know below, or if there's any suggestions of videos that you'd like to see me talk about, like if there's a topic, let me know and I will try to do my best to deliver. Anyways, have a wonderful weekend. Love and light.